The oil stone. Oh yes, let's talk about the oil stone. Blimey. Well, you see, so many people these days seem hell-bent on, well, I suppose the pursuit of perfection, which quite often can be the enemy of the good. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like a wet, sharpening system. You know, natural stones and all that. Not so keen on the regurgitated ones. No, that seems to be flying around on Amazon, what have you, about 40, 50 quid for a complete sharpening system. Well, I would say avoid a lot of them with a plague. They're very hit and miss. In fact, they can go a bit crumbly. Yeah, they're too soft. Now, the thing about oil stones, you see, they ain't soft. In fact, you could easily break one by dropping it. And I have done that before, as you can see. There. Don't worry, it's a cheap-ass one. It's not Norton, India. Now, the thing is, you see, I've been using this system here for my sharpening for years. But since I came up with this little innovation, which is so simple and obvious, like these little wedges, little wedgies, okay, with neodymium magnets mounted in them, and I found them really, really good. And the nice thing about it don't matter if the oil stone or whatever you're using is sitting uphill, it's still going to be, perpendicular to the actual oil stone, your sharpening system. And so far, I've been getting really good results just with these little wedges that I've been making. They're really good, I have to admit. And because of that, this system here has become a little bit redundant, and it takes so much space up. But I just want to show you what or how I used to use it. I'm not going to actually go sharpen anything, I'm just going to sort of demonstrate without sharpening. Basically, we have these carriages, and they're set at a certain angle. As you can see, it's a bit over-engineered, really. But I've been using it for years like this, and it works really well. You have these carriages, you've got your plain iron set in there, and you're basically going backwards and forwards like so. And then you move on to your next stone, backwards and forwards like so. And what happens is, you see, because these are set at a different height, that one's slightly higher than that one, and so forth, so forth. You then get your micro bevel automatically. So once you've got that in there and you're doing your thingy, you then move on to that one and doing your thingy, and then you move on to your water stone, which I got on the end here, which is a natural stone. It's not one of them regurgitated things. I don't know what you call it, kind of like a slab of concrete. And then I'll move on to that, and I'll do my usual bits of lapping. And over here, I've got a leather strop mounted in my little setup here. Now, I've had this years. I've made it a long while ago. And it's based on a system by a chap called Bruce Tomlinson, and he's actually had articles in the Fine Woodworker of this system in there. And he's actually a friend of mine. He's actually passed away now, to be fair. He passed away a few years ago. When was that now? About 6 years ago now. He lives here, he did live here in France, just down the road. Lovely, lovely guy. He was a chair maker, chair designer. That's what he was. See the prototypes and stuff like that. And anyway, I read it actually in the Fine Woodwork because it was 3 years before that, and then I finally met Bruce, and sadly he passed anyway. But anyway, I replicated what he did, so that's what I got here, and it works really, really well. But look how much space it uses; it's just too much. And I'm getting equally good results using my little wedgies. Okay, but not that kind of wedgie, no. So basically, I am going to keep this little benchy thing on here, which is attached to my lathe, because I don't use the full extent of the lathe generally, and I can just, there's a screw here and the whole thing lifts off. But I'm going to relegate this out of the way, because I'm just too much space. Just way too much space. Because everything, I can achieve the same results now using this, literally with, like a Norton India stone, and the water stone, or a diamond sharpener around 3,000 plus grit. If you get to an 8,000 grit, it's even better, just for that final touching up, the final stage, get that real razor sharp edge so you can shape your nether regions and all that. Now, the thing about the oil stones, you see, is they're strong, there's no pre-soaking required. You just splash a bit of oil on them, and I tend to use white spirit, actually, because I find it keeps the stone cleaner. You're not putting water on your tools You know, so you've got humidity you're adding to, you know, and obviously steel rusts, doesn't it, you know? It's just, unless it's stainless, but obviously our plain irons aren't. And this system works really, really well. So I'm going to try to, you know, calm it all down really to just that. So I might carry on using the boxes that I made. So all I've got to do, you know, I've already unscrewed that one, is unscrew those two there. If I just go and grab my drill. Yeah, it was quite tricky doing this because you had to, you know, your packing and stuff had to be perfect. You had to get that micro bevel without actually having to make any changes. So I'm literally taking them off there, and it gives me a little bit more space I can work on, and then I'll carry on using these boxes. What one's that one? That's not Northern India, is it? That's Northern India. That's pretty much the same stone. It says an India combination stone on it, but it doesn't actually say it's Norton. That one is an original Northern India stone. These are about around 40 to 50 pounds or dollars or whatever. You know, probably cheaper in the USA to be honest, because these are American, but they are really good. And anyone who's been doing woodworking will know that. Yeah, will know this stone. Yeah, you really will. You should do anyway. If you've been about a bit, you will know. So that's going to go into there, and then that one stay put like so. That one will be there like so. So I'll carry on using these little boxes with lids and get the right ones on them. Is it that one? God, I can't remember. And that one's the coarsest. Yeah, that's the coarse. So that go on to into that one. And where is it gone? What have I done with it? That's a lid. That's a base. What? That makes no sense. I'm missing the base now. It's not that one. Oh, it's that one. Idiot. It's just dirty. So that one's going to be the coarse one, go on there, and that will go on. Nope, not that one. That's that one. And then that one goes on there. Different size stones. So I'll probably stick with that little setup there like so. Because then I haven't got to flip the oil stone, because they're basically the same thing, but this one here, or is it this one? No, this one be that way up, which is the fine. So I'll get coarse, fine, and even finer. Now, the thing about these oil stones, I've been using oil stones for a very long time. Okay, I'm a bit of a hoarder, me. All right. Now, if you look at my drawers, not those drawers, you'll see I'm a bit of a hoarder. I've got so many flippin' drill bits, it's just ridiculous. I just collected them over the years, and because I don't chuck anything, because I sharpen everything, you know, I just accumulate more and more and more and more. And because I used to employ people, you know, all the gear that they had to use is all in my drawers. So anyway, so we've got that's basically what I'm going to stick with. And that effectively relegates, let me just show you something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 oil stones, and that doesn't include all my shaped ones from the gouges and stuff. No, you don't need that many oil stones. I need to how do I put it? I need to get a bit brutal. I really do. I've accumulated so much stuff over the years, and it's got silly. You know, I don't need to use all these carriages anymore. That one for my spoke shaves. No, that one for on there, and also use that one for chisels. That one for chisels as well. I don't need to be storing all this stuff that isn't getting used. So, if you've got a small workshop, for instance, do you really need so much stuff? And my water stones that I had, my wet stones, I literally just sold them. And they're a good quality set, to be fair. And they're really nice, but they're a pain. You know, they did a good job. But I can get just a sharp edge on these. You know, it's that last stone that really matters. You know, to get that fine edge. The rest of them is just, you're creating your primary grind, which you're probably doing your linisher or your grinder. And then the rest of it, you'll create the first stages of your micro bevel on an oil stone. And this one here, this is only, I think I can't remember, it's a 400 or 600 grit. It ain't that fine, you know. All the heavy lifting regarding getting that final edge is going to be done on this one, you know, or a diamond sharpener. 3,000, or if you can go finer, even better. But 3,000 grit, you will get a pretty darn good edge, and a strong edge. And that's the other thing. So you've got to be careful also, is whatever you're sharpening, can the actual steel hold the edge? Now, for instance, the Victor hand-forged plane irons like I got in this one here, you can come down to a much more acute angle, and so it becomes a sharper edge, effectively, because it can handle it, because the steel's good, and like I say, I've always sharpened them on oil stones. So unless somebody comes forward with a really good water-based sharpening system, I'm just going to stick with what I got, And as far as Tormex and stuff like that's concerned, the idea of sharpening anything with something that's round makes no sense to me whatsoever. You create a very vulnerable edge sharpening on a wheel. You just do, because of the shape of the wheel. And that last little edge, it might seem really, really fine, which it is, but it's weak. And you don't want that, you see. I said, the pursuit of perfection is the enemy of the good. Anyway, toodaloo. Don't forget to beat the little like button, and maybe subscribe to the channel. And maybe the little bell icon, because then you get a warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. Crikey, I need some more green tea. Toodaloo.